Well, hay is done. Got a little, it rained yesterday, got a little time for some fun. Let's start a couple tractors. The 66, I did not run it all, last year. So it's been 2023 is the last time it ran. There is actually a battery in it, which is kind of saddening because I could have been using that battery for other stuff and I forgot it was in there. Let's see if I had the battery cable disconnected, but there's some corrosion on the post there, so I'm not sure she's gonna spin over. Let's see. Nothing. And the battery could be dead from sitting. Nothing. I think she's dead, Jim. Well, maybe it's time for a charge. See if we can bring it back to life. It is roughly 24 hours later. I left this on the 2 amp trickle charge. Just switched to 6. Turned it a little bit. Ooh, I should grab my load tester. Or I could just hook up the cable and see if it spins over. That would probably tell. All right. Neutral. Let's see if she spins. It makes smoke at the connection. Probably should tighten it down. Here we got some shiny showing. And this battery could just be junk. I guess it's all right. Well, it runs just fine after, I don't know, a year and a half of slumber, maybe a little more. But what did we expect? What I really want to do is start this 88 that has been sitting there for, I don't know, several years, probably somewhere around 5 since it's been started. I thought, well, I'll use the battery out of here. So, I think I will back the trailer out. My ultimate goal is getting stuff over a little bit so I can back the trailer in with it still hooked up to the pickup. But it's pretty tight on the other side. And I want a little more leeway. I think if I back the 66 here and turn the 88 around and kind of tuck it in with the other narrow front there, the 1827, things will happen. Or maybe, you know, 66 would probably fit right in here. Shoot, it's already there, but there's some overlap there. So many choices. Good oil pressure, all that good stuff. All right, I'm gonna shut her off for the moment. I'll back that trailer out and then we'll try the 88. Well, I'll back this out while the battery's in it. Then we'll try the 88. All right, this time from the operator's seat. Go the other way. This feels good. All right, let's steal a battery from ourselves. There we go. There's our ground. Oh, and it's so loose. Shined a light, and the tank is actually quite clean. Let's see if we can get some video of that. It smells somewhat like gas. Looks somewhat like tea. So we're gonna give it a whirl. Oh, I should probably turn my flashlight off. But you know, there's not rust or crud or anything I'm seeing in there. So I'm thinking I put stable in it. Everything just falls. All right, so I've checked fluids. Radiator, well, it's kind of wet, but it ain't over the core. But it should be good enough to crank it over. Then we'll turn on the ignition and see if it fires. You know, hopefully she ain't tight. Wow, she's not tight. All right, well, I guess I'll turn on the gas and see what happens. I turn on the gas and the sediment bowl started flowing. So I'm thinking the gasket's bad in that. I'm gonna get this side panel off and see what's going on. Okay, the screws did not want to come off on the other side. And, you know, well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Yeah, gasket wasn't even in there right. Also doesn't look to be the right size. Probably that cork shrank. I will go see if I can find another one. Beer. Fit in there, you rascal. There. That one's an old-timey, new old stock rubber one. We'll see how well it holds up to this modern gas. But it's got to be better than that shrunken cork one. Okay, gas goes in and goes in. Glug, 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 glug. Hopefully it goes through this filter, which might be gummed up. Well, and hopefully it doesn't leak out of that sediment bowl. Can you see? We're almost to the top. Almost. All right. Well, no leaking there. That's a good start. We'll double check the engine oil. Just under the full line. Perfect. Throttle moves. All right. Let's give her a little choke. I smell gas. Let's turn that off for the moment, in case we're flooding it. Should probably check for spark. I did bring the point file with me. Help if I give it a little throttle. File the points. They're probably fuzzy. It can be hard to get them to fire on that old gas. Oops. Or if you start disconnecting wires. Let's see, ignition off. There. Stay. Let's shed a little more light on the situation. Yeah. There it goes. Some slight persuasion. Well, that plug wire looks, kosher. Yeah, it does look a little fuzzy. Let's do a quick crank test before I clean them, just to see if there's any, anything going. To satisfy my curiosity. Well, I did see a couple sparks. Should have probably grabbed the can of ether. We'll go ahead and clean them because we're here. Let there be light. Let's see how that does. Might have to put the charger back on, but I'm seeing sparks. Let's do it one more time in the dark. Yeah, she's definitely sparking. Do it one more time. To get her, good. Good. Put this back on. Rotor ain't a contact sport, but we'll give it a little cleanup. Well, on this end, it isn't a contact sport, but on this end, it is. And then the next thing will be whether gas is making it through that filter into the carburetor. No choke. I think I've got a can. Ooh, I see a can of brake clean over there. Yeah, the battery's starting to sing its last song. All right. Let's turn that ignition off. Yeah, I don't think gas is getting through that filter. Turning it back on. So far, no es bueno. Nothing coming out. That's going to keep it from going, I'm pretty sure. All right, let me get the battery charger on there so it can be building some steam back up. And then we'll see what we can, or maybe I'll just do this. Wasn't that neat? I can blow through it, but the gas doesn't come back. It's like a one-way valve. Well, a good sign is that the gas is evaporating. So that means it can make a vapor that can be burned and start an engine. The stuff that leaked out there by the sediment bowl, yeah, that's all evaporated away already. Huh. Isn't that the strangest thing? Very little effort to blow air back all the way to the tank, but then fuel doesn't come back the other way. All right, I'm gonna put the battery charger on. I thought I'd point out a couple of the neat things about this tractor while I'm waiting for gas to make its way through that filter in a futile effort of, futility. And this one came from our dealership, got traded back in, but originally an earlier one, trying to remember, I'd have to look at the tag, but the casting for the yellow stripe does not come all the way down the frame. It was originally 6 volt, which all Fleetline gassers were, but this one has the gear reduction M&W starter on it. It's kind of neat, I thought. That helps it crank over good. Now I gotta take a picture of it. 137,714. So that makes it was built in late 51. It would technically be an early 52 model because the model year started November 1st for Oliver. And let's see. What other cool things? Yeah, did I mention it came from our dealership? I can see this, it's been repainted and I can see the dealer sticker. That's been painted over, but it shows through good enough. You can tell somewhere on one of these side panels that aren't on it at the moment. Okay, still nothing coming through even after me looking up that serial number and whatnot. I wonder if I have one of those filters on hand. Oh, I know, I've got brake clean. I can just squirt some through it to loosen up the bad. Then I won't have to walk so far. Kind of a Ross thing. Why do it the right way when you can stay where you're at? Let's do this. And then that. Then let's do this. And gas comes out. Woo. There's plenty of that. Okay. Hey, it's going through now. That degummed it. Plus that brake clean might give it the little sniff that it needs to get going. And it didn't take the whole can. All right, let's see if gas goes through now. Yep. That should help our cause. Get on there. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, I turned the ignition on. Try some choke. Turn the gas back on. I only turned it on for a moment so I wouldn't flood it or stall it, Try her again. Choke. Oil pressure comes up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that breeze feels good. Is this the side with the dealer decal? That's a negative. I'm going to unhook this battery charger and get it out of the way. The water temperature was already stuck up in the cold area. The oil pressure is showing and it's even charging. Love that. And I was just feeling carefully here where the coolant bypasses the thermostat. It's warming up, so that means coolant is circulating. And that's a good thing. I definitely am sold on putting stable in gas. That stuff works good. Alright, I got this pallet here I want to move out of the way. So we gotta back her up and get her out. Take her outside for the first time in a few years. Tires look a little squatty. It's probably gonna steer hard. But they're not flat, so you know, why put more effort into it? I was so happy I almost forgot you guys. Take it out to the other shop, other barn, and put a little antifreeze in it just to be safe. But I wanted to show you the hydroelectric. This has got the first version, single remote, and it's all drive-by-wire. 1951. Oop, let's get that on there. Raise lower. That squeal you're hearing is the relief valve blowing because there's nothing hooked to the remotes. But yeah, it's this wire right here, set of wires, harness, goes down, goes into the unit on the other side. Where the wires go in, there is the little manual knob there to put a lever on if for some reason the electric part fails, but this one works. So all you guys with your fancy new cabs and your electric controls, Oliver did it first, or at least before you guys. Let's take her for a spin. I may have had it out to run the auger, but that's still been a few years since I've done that. It's been a little while since it's been out and running. Needless to say. radiator. See, coolant was circulating fine, but now it's definitely full. Didn't take much. Hello, can she go? Ooh, how close can I get? Better watch where I'm going. Barely even lifts the ting-ting. There it goes. That's full throttle. Pretty good for who knows how old gas. Alright, I'm gonna go move that pallet. They're almost the same spot, face the other way. Probably, 2 feet over or something. That'll really make a difference in backing that trailer in here. Fuel stop off. Bad connection because I didn't tighten cables. Diesel power. This is the Series 2 hydroelectric. Where the grease zerk is where the wires used to go in, but they had both the handles and the electric. As was common, the electric part failed, and so people just took that off and relied on the mechanical part. Ahead of their time. Too ahead of their time in a lot of ways, I guess. Let's see if I back in here. Is this gonna work? It'll be the People Tripper 3000. I think that's got to be better than it was. Yeah, I'm not on any farther than that wheel on the 88. We'll leave it there and then, maybe pull it ahead a little bit to get some room behind it after the trailer's in. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it should fit. This piece of cardboard offends me, sticking out so far. Gonna use one of the handiest features of the GoPro, and that is using the GoPro app on the phone. I will set the GoPro on the back of the trailer here, and I'll be able to have eyes in the back without being back there. Yeah, miss there. Come on. Scratch something there at some point. Tons of room over here. Oh yeah, I can pull that 66 ahead some. Let's go look down the other side. Room to get around. Yeah, I like it. Now I can, you know, leave the trailer right here and the truck in front of it. Unhook if I need to, leave it hooked up if I want to. That's cool. Yeah, lots of room. I could have been over. Oh well. Maybe next time. Well, that's it for this one. Successful resurrection of tractors that really weren't in much doubt of firing up. So, but hey, fun to watch, right? Hope to see you in the next one. And is that the right order? But thanks for watching.